everyone. Happy Tuesday to you all. Welcome. We are talking about picky eaters and what we can do to help them eat better and to make mealtime fun time instead of stress time. So, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you being here. Feel free to comment, ask questions, whatever works for you. I'm Celia Kibler. I'm the author of Raising Happy Toddlers: How to Build Great Parenting Skills. Stop yelling at your kids. This is written like a manual. So if you've got issues, including picky eating, there are successful solutions in this book for almost anything that's going to come up in your parenting journey. Okay. You can get my books at celiasbooks.com. Celiasbooks.com. Okay. So let's talk about picky eaters and how you can really help your kids eat better, enjoy more foods, be more of a somebody who really likes to experience new things, more adventurous. That's the word I'm trying to think. Hi, Betty. Hi, Javaria. Hi, Mahia. Sorry. Thank you for joining me, guys. I really appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedules to be here. When we get started, we're going to start with 6 reasons why kids become picky eaters. I want to tell you who I am. If you're new to my broadcast, I'm Celia Kibler. Like I said, the author of Raising Happy Toddlers. I am a mom of 5 kids. 2 I gave birth to, 3 I gained through marriage. And I am a grandma to 9 children. I have been successfully parenting a blended family for 27 years. And I have been a real life parent for 40 years, going on 41 years this year. So I am the founder of Pumped Up Parenting, the founder of Fun Fit Family Fitness, and the founder of the International Day of Calm, which is coming on April 5th, next week. So it's a great course that you want to be a part of in our 3-day summit, online, all virtual. If you miss it live, you can catch the replay. You'll see it here on YouTube, excuse me, and here on Facebook. Please go to dayofcalm.org, find out what we're all about, and get signed up for the summit. You'll be glad you did. Okay, so let's talk about 6 reasons that children become picky about their food or finicky about their food. And see if you're in one of these categories. Children learn what they live. What do I mean by that? I mean that you are the role model. And often we ourselves are picky eaters. There are foods we like, foods we don't like. Yes or yes? Yes. So I know for me, I always thought I did not like beets. I thought, nope, beets, not into beets at all until I was about 50 and a girlfriend of mine made me a dinner with chicken and beets. And I couldn't say, no, I don't eat beets. I had to be a grown up and eat the beets. And you know what I discovered? Whoa, beets are pretty good. I like beets. So it took 50 years. I used to never eat mushrooms. And then when I started eating much healthier, I knew how good mushrooms are for you. So I started eating mushrooms. And that happens to all of us. What the problem is when we prejudge our food for our kids. So if you assume they're not going to eat something, or instead of even serving them something that you've made, you change it up and make them like a classic kid meal, like mac and cheese or hot dogs, assuming they're not going to eat. They will become pickier. Some kids are more sensitive. They're sensitive to texture. Tastes are elevated because they have many more taste buds on their tongue than we do. And sometimes the textures of food are just funky and they can't deal with it. So they become more sensitive. We already talked about you predetermining their food taste. I used to teach a class on fun foods for kids, and I am a certified nutritionist, by the way. And I had kids making all kinds of stuff, these crunchy roll-ups that I have a wonderful recipe for. And basically, it's a roll-up that you can put granola in and honey and blueberries and seeds and nuts and all kinds of stuff and make it a breakfast roll up, or you can add a whole bunch of things to a meal that's more like chicken or egg or sausage or spinach, different kinds of vegetables added, carrot shavings. So you can make it however you want. And we would make this roll up. And this one mom said in front of her 3-year-old boy, he's not going to eat this. He's just not going to eat this. And lo and behold, he takes the roll up she made for him instead of letting him make it like the other kids were doing. And he takes it and he threw it out in the garbage. And she said, see, I knew he wasn't going to eat it. And so what happened was he walked away from her, made his own roll up, and ate the entire thing. So, like I said, you've got to not predetermine. And sometimes they'll get an attitude if you do predetermine. So don't do that. Your emotional stress over food will sorry, I'm reading what I'm saying. Javaria. Oh, because, honey, I stream through StreamYard. And StreamYard is a service that streams at the same time to Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And I'm live on Instagram on my phone. My StreamYard doesn't go to Instagram. So I'm on Instagram separate on my phone, and StreamYard streams to all those other locations. And I'm magic. So aren't I like cool high-tech stuff, right? For an old person, pretty cool. Anyway, takes a while to get used to. So your emotional stress around food, what you believe about food, that you have to diet or whatever, is sometimes impacting your child. Well, not sometimes, usually. But you have to remember to help yourself and your thoughts about food and the way you eat, and not let that be an influential thing for your child, okay? And a lot parents just don't feel like it's worth causing a conflict. So say your child decides, you know what? I've had a long day. You want to eat cereal milk? Have cereal milk, because honestly, I can't deal with it. And then that gives them permission to be picky and finicky, because they feel like if they throw a tantrum or they have a fit, they're going to get their way. So these are some of the reasons why they become pickier eaters. What can you do about it? Number one, don't focus so much if you're concerned about your kids eating. If you focus on it and you nag them about it and you're all about, oh my gosh, you have to eat this, you have to eat this, you have to eat this, you are causing a control issue. And guys, if this is helping you, give me, some emoji or a thumbs up or on a scale of 1 to 10, how much this is helping you, and share it out to others. Sorry, I need to take some water. Excuse me. So stop talking about it. Just let it be more natural. Okay. Let them just eat and eat together as a family. The more you eat with your child, the better eating habits they get, and the more encouragement they have to eating a good meal. Okay. I like to encourage 3 no thank you bites when trying new foods. So I'll tell my grandkids, they know. Like one time I gave my grandson those seaweed sheets, those baked seaweed sheets that come in a container. And I said, here, try this. And he goes, Gammon, is this going to be one of those things that I don't like at first, but then I'm going to love? I'm like, absolutely. And so he tries it. He's like, makes a funny face because, they taste funny. And then he eats another one. He ate the whole pack. He loved it. So get them used to the need to try and taste new foods, and you be willing to try and taste new foods as well. Okay. A mini buffet in the middle of the table is great to help kids feel a little less stressed about what they're eating. And it might look like you have a couple little bowls. One might have beans in it, one might have peas, maybe carrots, something that's going to complement the meal, not detract from it. Okay, so maybe there's a bowl of hummus so that if they eat more of what's in the middle of the table, they still have a good food. They still have a good meal in that nutritious meal. And don't make a big deal of it. Like, don't put it in the middle of the table and be like, you can eat here too. No, just you can pick something from it. And as soon as you pick from it, they will know that they can pick from it. Be creative in your meals, smoothies, anything can go in smoothies. My morning smoothie that I just drank, that's like a power smoothie, has cartoned egg whites, which you can drink straight out of a carton. They're pasteurized like milk. It has mushrooms, it has spinach, it has celery, it has zucchini, it has berries, it has bananas, it has oranges, has everything in it. Coconut water is its base. You can mix all that together and your kids don't know what's in it. Okay. So be creative. You can put things in gravy, tomato sauces. You can grind up vegetables and mix them in, and they won't even know they're in there. My toddler doesn't eat. I'm stressed. Yeah, Mishi, that's what I'm hoping some of these things will help you. And without talking to you directly, please listen and take some of this advice and start trying it. Okay. So you can do baked potatoes. A nice thing to do for toddlers is also, and all kids for that matter, get them involved with cooking. So, number one, how do you do that? Number one, you actually plan foods together. So you plan what you're going to eat. And I have a great food planning game that's really fun. If you put 4 paper bags on a table, one is proteins, one is grains, one is vegetable, one is fruit. Everybody writes down their 3 favorite things, cut up the strips and put them in the bags that coordinate with what they are, and then go around the table and each child can pick well, each family member can pick one from each bag. That's a meal. So they can help plan, they can help shop. Food shopping is a great way to teach kids about food and the healthy options there are. They can help cook and prepare. Even little kids can stir something or pour something, and then they'll all serve. You can give them a little chef's hat and let them serve the table, make it all fun. My toddler asks for food every single hour. Is that normal? Well, he may be very hungry. Your kids should be eating 5 times a day. So they should have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, mid-morning, mid-afternoon. So if they're very active, they're burning a lot of calories. Kids already have a super high metabolism, the kind we wish we did have. The more you eat, the more you fuel your own metabolism and the more you nourish theirs. So make sure they're having 5 meals. They don't have to be so big. An important thing to remember is that a child's serving size is the size of their fist, not yours. This is your serving size, whatever your fist looks like. Theirs is like half this size. So if they eat 3 or 4 bites of something, that may be that serving size for that portion of the meal. So remember, their plate should not look like your plate. So Mishi, if he doesn't eat anything mushy, then just give him finger foods to pick on, like beans or berries, or you can chop up meat and chicken that's tender, easy to chew in little pieces. Ground beef is great for stuff like that. Okay. Play with your food. And what I mean by playing with your food is make sure the food that they're able to do some creative things with the food. They can make faces using toothpicks. Ah, kids love to use toothpicks. Cut up everything and they'll eat a whole plate of food just because they're having so much fun eating with a toothpick. Be creative, okay? Have fun. I saw a reel on on Instagram, I think it was here, and it was this mom who she put all this big tablecloth on the table, and she dumped a whole bowl of spaghetti and meatballs on the table, and they got to just eat off of it, like eating off a trough. So you can be creative and fun, and it will not affect them for the rest of their life. My son, when he was 3, he is now 34, he used to be very fidgety at the table. He would just fidget, fidget, fidget. And all of the sudden, I thought it was when the Ninja Turtles first came out. And I said, we're going to change this dynamic because it would make us all stressed at dinner. And I said, we're going to start Ninja Bites. And the house I lived in was a townhouse and it had steps right down the middle of it. So you could make a lap around that floor of the house going around the steps. So he would take a lap and I would go Ninja Bite. He'd stop at the table, chew. He had to chew it and swallow it before he took another lap. He'd take another lap. We ate dinners like that for like a year. And he ate all his food and we ate peacefully and happily and had conversation. And he is 34 today and sits at the table and eats a meal. So it did not affect him for life. He doesn't feel like he has to have Ninja Bites to eat. So be creative, okay? Don't be a short order cook. Do not make 90 million meals for your family. Don't be like, okay, you're going to have this and you're going to have this and you're going to. That's what restaurants are for, not you. Fix a meal, give it to them to eat, okay? And then give them like some options in the middle, all right? What's next? Oh, talk about food. Mindfulness about food. What is the taste? Misha, you said nothing mushy. So maybe that's because he's very sensitive to that texture. Textures can be, can be changing for them. But when you talk about foods and they eat it and they chew it, it also encourages slower eating. And when you eat slower, you fill faster. So you should chew more food, but you also savor the flavors and the textures and all of that. And you can be eating some food and asking them, so what's this feel like? Can you smell it? What's it taste like? Are there pieces in it? Is it hard to chew? Is it easy to chew? Have a discussion around food. Make it fun. Make it interesting. Okay. The mess, have them help with the mess. Don't stress about if your child's a messy eater. If you eat together as much as possible, they will learn table manners. They will learn using utensils. It will get better and better and better. Okay. You can play with what they see. So what I mean by that is if they don't like to eat a lot, you can take a big plate, a big dinner plate, and put 3 smaller portions on it, which is what they need to eat, and they'll think they have that not so, they don't have to eat so much. So they're getting away with just taking a few bites. Or you could take their plate of food, divide it in the middle, separate it, and let them choose which half to eat. When all along, the half they're choosing is pretty much a meal for them based on their serving size. So there's a lot you can do, like psychologically, to encourage them to eat more. And don't set them up for failure. So make sure they have sippy cups and they have their utensils and they have napkins and they have things that they can use while they're eating. And when you remind them of things, try doing it this way. Instead of saying, don't forget you have to eat all your food, or don't forget, don't spill your milk. Say, here's dinner, everyone. And you can say, thank you so much for eating so nicely. Thank you so much for being careful with your cup. You are, number one, telling them that you believe in them. Number 2, you're thanking them for something they haven't done yet, and in that sentence, it is a positive statement. So there you're not saying, "Be careful, don't spill your milk," when they will hear, "Spill their milk." As opposed to, thank you for being careful with your cup," they will hear, "Be careful with your cup." So it's a way you say things as well. All of these things will help your picky eater be less picky. All sounds like it does sound nice, doesn't it? It's possible. It's possible. If you eat with them and you try new foods and you give them the chance to try new foods and you let them go shopping and pick out new foods. Here's a fun thing you can do at the food store. You can let them pick a color and let them find a fruit and a vegetable in that color in the produce section that they haven't tried before. My kids only eat fast food with their dad's house, and 2 out of 3 kids hate my food. They say it's disgusting because it's healthy food like soup, main course salad, how to switch patterns, make them open to try new things. They don't even like things every other kid likes, like chocolate milk. So, what you serve is what's for dinner. If you allow them to speak rudely to you, to be unkind, to not be kind, I don't know if unkind is a word. If you allow them to do that, they're gonna go and continue to do that. If they don't want to eat, don't eat. This is what we're having for dinner. If they come back in an hour and go, "I'm hungry," guess what they get to eat again? Your food, your dinner. You don't go, "Okay, now you can have cereal milk." No. And you can sit down and have a nice family conversation about food, about being healthy, and ask them, "So, why do you think you need to eat healthy food? Why do you think being a healthy person is a good idea?" Show them pictures in a magazine or a book and say, "Look at these pictures. Do you see anyone that doesn't look so healthy to you?" And see if they can find the people that are not so healthy. And if they continue on a path of eating unhealthy, what is going to happen next year and the year after? What do they think is going to happen? If they're old enough to understand all that, they're 5 years or older, they may say, "I don't know." And you can say, "You know what's going to happen is you're going to be sick a lot." A lot of people change illnesses because they change the way they eat. That nutritional change reverses a lot of illness. You can say, "If you were the parent and I was a child and all I wanted was to eat garbage, how would you feel about that?" You are so welcome. You're so welcome. How would you feel? And I thank you for the question. How would you feel about that? Would you insist I just eat garbage? Or would you try to encourage me to be healthier? What would your teeth be like if you only ate a lot of sugar and sweets? What would happen? If you don't know, they would fall out of your mouth. They would rot and decay. Find pictures of rotten, decaying teeth for older kids. You don't need to show little kids that. Too disgusting. But if they don't believe you and they're like, "What? It's not really going to happen." Say, "Here you go. This is what someone looks like that doesn't take care of their teeth, and part of taking your care of your teeth is not just brushing, it's what you eat as well." So start talking to them and asking them for their input. Why do you think this is good to eat? Why don't you like this food? Ask them why. You might be surprised. Maybe they're not as big fan of broccoli, but you put cheese on it, they love it. Start being creative. Let them look up recipes and find recipes for you that they might like. Take healthy foods and take junky foods that are normally considered junky and make it healthy. Pizza, you can buy a whole grain crust, put low sodium tomato sauce on it, cheese, top it with things they like. You can make little bowls of toppings. They can make their own pizzas, chicken, broccoli, chop it up so they can kind of sprinkle those toppings on, sausage, pepperoni, things like that. And they can make their own pizza much more healthy. They can make a soda, but instead of soda, they can fill, doesn't have to be this big a cup, which is filled with water, but they can put a third of 100% juice that they love, fill the rest with sparkling water. They have a soda and it's healthy. You can make ice cream by freezing bananas, skin off, adding a little milk to it or oat milk or almond milk, whatever you use, and blending it, and it's a bowl of ice cream. And you can add whatever toppings you want. You can even add frozen fruit, which will make it a little more like sherbet. There's a meal: pizza, ice cream, and soda, all healthy. And kids love it. And they made it themselves. The end. Okay, guys, I really got to run. I have a client in about 4 minutes. I hope this helped you. If it did help you, give me some hearts. Show me the love. Share this with others. More importantly, if it helped you, there's someone else out there that also needs the help. I'm very grateful for you guys joining me here today. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to share some time with me and listen for some advice. Makes you a great parent. I'm thankful for that. Guys, you want to join our Day of Calm Summit, please go to dayofcalm.org, dayofcalm.org. Share the summit. And let's see, I was going to put the banner up for Facebook and YouTube, but I'm not going to do it because we don't have time for that. Go to dayofcalm.org. Check out the classes. We are having some amazing classes, plant medicine, all different ways to incorporate calm and happiness into your life. So I'm excited to join you next week for the Day of Calm, April 5th, 6th, and 7th. We're going to be live here on YouTube and on Facebook. And I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed hearing everyone talk. On Friday, I'm going to be talking about how to stop yelling at your kids once and for all. That'll be Friday. Wednesday, I'll open up with my friend Wendy Aloge. She's a parenting coach in Nigeria, and we'll be talking about how calm starts at home, because that's how it starts. You can be fun, you can be excited, you can be energetic, and you can still be a calm person because you are at peace with your life. So learn how. In the meantime, guys, I wish you days filled with peace, love, tons of laughter. Have fun with those kids. Really makes a difference. And I'll see you here next time on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and around the web. Bye-bye, everyone.